Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Trainer Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than normal. We're going to be defining wealth and how it's directly relatable to health and how health equals wealth. So, a lot of people, when they think of wealth, they think of the richest people they know, people that have a lot of money or material type items. But I want to give you guys a couple of different examples of wealth. You could be considered wealthy if you have freedom of time, if you have more time for yourself, being able to choose what you do on a daily basis, freedom of choice, freedom of pursuit, so being able to fulfill your true potential in becoming the best version of yourself, freedom of mindset, having an abundance of patience, peace, motivation, and freeing yourself of competition and jealousy. Some people that are maybe self-conscious or comparing themselves to others do not have a freedom of mindset. Freedom of commitment, so committing yourself to things over your course of your life. Freedom of legacy, so leading by example, kind of creating your own path for your future and for your kids or grandkids. And obviously freedom of health is a unit of wealth. So obviously being able to avoid medication, weakness, mental decline, that is a unit, a measurement of wealth. So there's so many different things that we can consider us to be wealthy in. And what we want to talk about today is how investing in yourself, in fitness and nutrition, and just trying to get healthier, how it can impact and influence all these other units of measurements. By incorporating fitness and healthy nutrition and just becoming more fit, you're going to help your mindset. You're going to be more confident. You're going to help your legacy. You're going to lead by example for your family. You're going to have more energy. You're going to make more time for yourself. All of these things are measurements of wealth, and people don't take this into account. They only think about how much money they have or saving money or something like that. They don't invest in their health, which in turn, the return on investment is all of these different measurements of wealth. So what we want to do is just kind of talk about maybe some things that we value other than money that are related to this, and try to give you guys some more insight and just a little bit of tips and things on how you can invest in your health and the benefits of that. So with that being said, what are some things that you guys would say you value and consider yourself wealthy in any of these areas?
Okay, I'll go first. So one thing that, eating healthy and working out, living a healthy lifestyle and one on my own terms, it really is a confidence, self-esteem boost. I mean, a lot of people have low confidence in themselves, low self-esteem. They feel like they're just kind of, running the rat race and they don't have a lot of purpose in their life. So having a fulfilling life is very important to me, and that makes me feel like I have, achieved great wealth with that. And then having the freedom to, spend my time how I want. We went over kind of our goals and what our perfect days look like, and I'm kind of doing that right now of how everything's set up. So having the freedom to, do what you love and do, some other things, some other hobbies that you've never done, spending time with loved ones, everything like that, and just improving overall quality of life. Just being able to do things, if you want to go out and go ice skating or go snowboarding, and not have to worry about not being physically fit enough to do some of the things that are, wonderful experiences, and then, being able to make those memories and have a better life just overall.
Yeah, I think that was pretty perfect and kind of the same types of things that I was going to say. Wealth to me is happiness, freedom, being able to travel, and yes, you have to have a little bit of money to be able to travel and stuff, but really just if you are super unhealthy and unfit and you want to go hiking but you can't, that's just not worth it to me. I want to be able to be fit and be able to go do things. And like Bethany said, just have that confidence, wherever I go, just not feeling ashamed of how I look, but feeling strong, feeling good in my own skin, and just overall being happy. I've been at points in my life where I was never super overweight, but I wasn't happy with where I was, and no amount of money or any
they both said perfect examples, literally. Like I felt like agreeing with Bethany on like the purpose side of things. When I started to invest in my health and roll over, and I finally became a personal trainer, like not only did it set me up financially, but also physically and mentally. It made me a lot more wealthier of a person, I feel like. So that peace of mind that comes from investing in my health has been something that I would not change for any amount of money. It wouldn't matter. Somebody could have $1 million check, and I would, if it meant my peace of mind was gone, I wouldn't want it. I would say that's probably the number one thing that has increased with investing in my health. Health is wealth. I know it's kind of cliche, we've said it before, but it's very, very true. You can get more done when you're healthy too. That's like one thing that I've noticed is my production capability, and each day has risen so much, and it continues to get better because I focus on like little small habits of working out or eating better every day, drinking more water, the things that give me more energy. So that's huge to me.
I think that makes me think a little bit about like what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Like being productive is a good habit. Being productive is like a good lifestyle to live. So like, and that plays into like being a healthier person. But being healthier plays into being more productive. So it's kind of a cycle there. You don't know really which one comes first.
Yes.
But I think another thing to note here is like the richest people that we think of, like who's like really big into supercars or like who's got big mansions and stuff. A lot of these people don't actually enjoy life like people like us, and we're pretty middle class, all of us. They're all like, oh, I have Lamborghinis, like I don't even care about it anymore. Like people just don't care about the money anymore. So like they could be rich and we see that as wealthy, but they're not living like pleasureful lives. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they might be in the position we talked earlier, like, you know, you could make $1 million a year, but if you worked 80 hours a week and had no time for your friends and your family, and you're tired and you're stressed and you're out of shape and your health is declining, your blood pressure medication, like, what is that worth it? Is it worth it? Like, that's kind of what we're trying to say here. With that being said, obviously, throughout life, a lot of us are just, you know, making ends meet, trying to pay the bills, put food on the table. We totally get that. But what we're trying to say is, by investing in your health, even if it's just a little bit, in becoming a better version of yourself and becoming healthier, more fit, you're going to have more productivity. You're going to boost your confidence. You're going to work harder and longer. You're going to be able, maybe you'll get a promotion at work and you can make even more money. So by doing this one thing of boosting your health and your fitness, you're going to boost all the other areas of your life as well. And so a lot of people that we talk to, you know, they just don't have it financially be able to invest in themselves. And a lot of times these same people are spending a bunch of money every month on things that are a negative influence on their health, such as fast food, going out to restaurants, going out to the bar, you know, things that are a negative influence that they're kind of spending money on, where they could take some of that, not get rid of it completely. You still need to enjoy your time. That's part of the units of wealth, but also you need to take care of yourself. And I think just by improving your health and fitness, all those other areas will help improve. Like these guys said, like if you're more productive and you are more self-confident and you can play with your kids and grandkids and go and do activities that you want to do, that is worth it to anybody. I mean, that is totally worth it. So you need to think about not just the amount of money you're spending. You're not just, you know, wasting $100 to work out. You're gaining experiences, you're gaining time, productivity, you're gaining confidence, you know, you're teaching other people the importance of health. So there's so much more reward that people don't even take into consideration when it comes to wealth equaling their health. So I just wanted to make sure that that's super, super clear with everybody. We do have some stats of things that Bethany's going to go over. But first, a lot of people say, you know, you can replenish money, but you can't replenish time. Once time is gone, it's gone. But I will actually be willing to say that you can buy time. If you invest in yourself now, and you consistently invest in yourself for the rest of your life, you will live longer and you will be in better physical shape, avoid possibly getting diseases or being on medications. You'll be able to experience more things throughout life, be able to do more activities, and just literally increase your longevity and your time here on earth. So you can buy time by investing now. It's no different than saving up for retirement, but investing a little bit of your money every single month and let it build over the next 40 years, you have a retirement. It's the same thing with your fitness. If you invested a little bit of time to work out and meal prep now, and you just did it consistently, by the time you reach that age of retirement, you're gonna be so much better off. You'll be able to actually enjoy your time and you'll be able to do the things that you love to do. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the guy that retires and takes their family on vacation and I can't do any of the things that they're doing because I'm not physically fit enough, or maybe I'm on medications and I can't enjoy the things that they're enjoying, or something like that. I just want you guys to think about that for a moment. And Bethany's actually got a stat on this, if you do take care of yourself compared to if you don't take care of yourself. So go ahead with that.
All right, well, I'll start off with, there's a lot of different stats of like how much it costs per year for, you know, being overweight versus healthy, and living a healthy lifestyle versus not. One thing that Austin mentioned earlier of like boosting productivity for your work. So if you do start exercising and eating healthier, and it does give you a boost in productivity, you get happier, everything like that, you're more likely to get a promotion or some sort of like bonus at work. You're much more productive when you're there. So, you know, say you're a business person and you're working for yourself, then you're able to get more stuff done, and that way you can further your business even more. And then it also applies to people working for someone else, being more productive, getting that raise. So that's one way that, you know, health can directly translate to the money side of wealth.
Yeah.
Now, some other stats, if you do moderate to high intensity exercise during the week, like just like 3 times a week, just the standard recommended amount, then you can save anywhere from $1,200 to $1,350 per year in healthcare costs. So just think about that, over $1,000 a year, and if you compound that throughout the years, that's quite a lot of money by the end of, you know, a lifetime. And then your life expectancy when you're obese is actually decreased 20%. So let's say the average life expectancy is 80 years. I think it's like 77 or something right now, but we'll just say 80. Then you can expect to live 64 years instead. So that's basically you're giving up 16 years of your life when, you know, you're not taking care of yourself. So it's going to cost more, and then you're also not going to be able to enjoy your life like later in those years, physically or just at all. Then some ways with like costs per year, people don't really think about it. It's like, say you got a coffee a day, it's $3, or, you know, it's an energy drink or something. You say it's just $3 a day. And it really doesn't seem like much, but if you do that every day for the whole year, it's over $1,000. So cutting back on the coffee or the energy drinks or going out to fast food, you can really save some money. Like, you don't have to cut it out completely, but you can save, if you cut it in half, $500. Say do cigarettes a week. You do 1 pack a week, $6. I really don't know what the cost of cigarettes are, but
Pretty close.
probably more than that, but we'll say it's, if you smoke a pack a week, not only are you going to have some health costs later in life, because everything we do has consequences, positive or negative. Let's say it's costing $6 a week, then it's $312 a year for that unhealthy habit, without any added like health costs for medications and stuff. If you do have exercise and diet reined in, you're going to decrease your cholesterol numbers, so you can use less cholesterol medication or not use it at all, which will also lower your insurance costs, health insurance. It'll lower your blood pressure, so you can either get off the blood pressure medication or prevent it from happening. You can decrease depression and anxiety. That's one of the only things that's natural that's been proven to help reduce depression and anxiety is exercise and the diet. So you can either, use less medication. I mean, like some people do have to still use it, but you can use it at lower doses. And then you can prevent diabetes, or also start to reverse pre-diabetes, or lessen the need for insulin sensitivity. So basically saving a ton of money on medication, and for average costs just across everything. So whether that's healthcare and insurance and just cost of food and everything like that, cost of living. When you're obese, which is over 30 for score of BMI, or if it's over 30% body fat, your costs of living is 15 times higher than if you're overweight. So if you're under that 30% body fat or under that 30 BMI, you actually cut your cost of living down by a lot. And that's a really big difference. That a few lifestyle changes of going and working out 3 days a week, or even if it's just walking 3 days a week, it can actually make a dramatic impact on your cost, your stuff, your living, your health, and your quality of life.
I think just going off of that, I think we can all agree that health is equal to living longer. But not just living longer, but actually living, actually being able to do things, being able to play with your kids, play with your grandkids, and not just be sitting on the couch watching them play. Being able to just go and still explore the world even when you're 70, 80 years old. Because if you're living longer, but you're on all these medications, you're on oxygen, whatever the case is, you're not really living. You're kind of dreading your life at that point. And so we want everyone to just be healthy and live longer in a healthy way. Personally, I have lost too many loved ones way too young, when they were too young, when I was too young, and it's been really hard dealing with those things. And that motivates me every single day to live healthy, to live this overall healthy lifestyle, so that I'm not putting my family through that one day, so that I'm not passing away when I'm too young, leaving my kids, my grandkids, whoever it is, without me. Because if you've lost someone close to you, you know how badly that hurts, and especially if it was something that could have been avoided if they would have just taken care of themselves a little bit sooner.
Yeah, Bethany had the stats to back it up too, just how important it is to focus on your health, and how expensive it can be to be overweight. I feel like people sometimes think living healthy and eating healthy is expensive, but in the long run it tends to be cheaper. And not only cheaper, but improving your quality of life, which you can't really put a price on. So I love the stats. I love what you said too. That's one thing I try to preach to my parents is focus on your health right now. Don't focus on it when you retire. You want to have those years after you retire and be able to do something with yourself, not just retire and pretty much be a shell of yourself. It's important. I was going to come back to kind of the point you made about just it's easier to make people, I feel us happy. We get a workout in, we feel a lot better. One thing I look forward to every day is waking up and eating a good breakfast, a protein oatmeal, or my egg burrito. Little things like that make me way happier than money can, which is just a side effect of focusing on my health. And that's something that I really value and cherish in myself, and I see it in you guys too, so it's cool.
I think some people wait too long. A lot of people wait too long before they kickstart a healthy regimen. We see, obviously, there's a huge obesity epidemic, and sometimes that's the kicker that people need to really focus on what's important. But sometimes you don't really get the second chance, right? So people are obese and have a heart attack, and if they survive, then they might get their life on track. But sometimes people just don't, might not live through a heart attack. It's very low guarantee, so it's important to keep that in mind. If you don't make good of what you have right now, then you might not be able to fix it later. So.
Those are really great points. I really wanted to mention that. Like, don't wait until it's too late to take care of yourself. I like to use the comparison of waiting until you're bankrupt to start saving money. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Everybody knows that they need to try to save or invest money. Same thing with your health. Like, why wait and push it off and be so unhealthy until the moment that you do, oh, I got put on blood pressure medication or cholesterol medication, or I developed diabetes, type 2 diabetes, I had a heart attack or a stroke, now I'm going to take care of myself. You know, that, to me, that's equivalent to running out of all of your money and assets, and then deciding, oh, I should probably get better at taking care of my money or saving money. So they go hand in hand. I like to use that comparison because it resonates with everyone. Everybody on a daily basis needs to, you know, work for money and pay for things and be able to afford stuff. So health is no different. Like, you have to just, you know, you have to wake up and go to work. You should have to wake up and eat a good breakfast and get a workout in, or, you know, something in relation to that. So just think about that. I really wanted to touch on what Caitlin said. I challenge you guys to think about, if you lost somebody that you absolutely love right now, how detrimental that would be to you. And then how sad would it be if you knew that they could prevent it? Because like Nathan said, it happens every stinking day. I can think of at least 3 to 5 people off the top of my head in our community that have passed away from a heart attack or some disease this year that were way too young, in their 50s, 60s, and left their kids and grandkids behind. So it's super, super sad and dreadful. So think about how your loved ones would think if they lost you. So think about if your kids lost you right now, or in 5 years, when you're 50, how would they feel? And you owe it not just to yourself, but you owe it to your family and loved ones to take care of yourself. If you don't, you're extremely selfish. I would even say you're just stubborn. If you're going to have a family, you need to be there for them. You owe it to them to be your best self, to take care of them and lead by example. You know, we put kids in school, we try to make sure they're going to be set up for success, to go to college. People promote that stuff so hard in kids, but they don't think about the health. You don't set them up and lead by example in any other way than making sure that they're going to school, making sure that they're going to college and getting a good job. Why not set them up and teach them the importance of health and taking care of themselves? So I think we really need to just sit back and think, you know, what is my life worth and how can I improve the value of it? And these areas, hopefully, that we've listed off will help you improve your value of life. If you just invest a little bit of time and money into yourself to become more physically fit and healthy, you're going to avoid all these expenses that you're going to run into down the road. You could avoid a heart attack. You could avoid high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And you're not only that, but you're going to live a higher quality of life and live with more purpose and enjoy your time free of stress and self-consciousness, just being more confident in yourself, and then people around you are going to feed off that. I talk all the time about battery chargers and battery drainers, and you know the people that walk into the room and they're just high energy, they always got a smile on their face, yes or no, they're doing, they say, I'm doing fantastic, how are you doing? And you feel a little better off of that. And then you know the people that you say, hey, how's it going? And they say, oh, could be better. Those are battery drainers. And all of a sudden you feel a little worse. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're usually going to be one of those battery drainers. You have low mental capacity. You're tired all the time. You have all kinds of things in your mind. You're stressed out. And just by working out a little bit, you can reduce that stress. You can boost your mood. You literally release hormones in your body that make you happy. The same hormones that drugs and alcohol release. So you can literally get a high from working out. So there's no better value from that. If I had to cap it off at any point, I would say that would be worth it in of itself. Just improving your happiness and living a little bit of a healthier, happier life, reducing the stress, boosting your energy, just to improve your life and everybody's life around you. So if anybody has anything else to say, go ahead. If not, is that pretty good? You do? Okay, Bethany's gonna finish this off.
So like you kind of touched on like it being too late for some people when they develop, say like diabetes or high cholesterol or something like that. Like, I mean, to a point, yes. To prevent that, you can't go back 20 years, when you're in your 20s to like reverse all those bad habits. But it's never too late to change. And because we've had so many people in just a year completely change their lives and the trajectory of their lives. Like they were probably going to, they might not last another 10 years or something. But now we have people that are in their 50s and even 60s that are probably in better shape than people in their 20s. And it's kind of scary to see and watch certain people kind of go down the wrong path. And we know what that's going to lead to. And it's hard to see when it's your loved ones and your friends. But then again, they have to want to change, and you really need to just know what you value. Like, what is your wealth? What are you worth to yourself? What is your worth? So, I'm just gonna end on that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I mean, obviously we have clients of ours that have gone through a heart attack and switched around their life, and obviously we're extremely grateful. So I'm glad that you cleared that up. I didn't mean you are doomed if you develop high cholesterol or high blood pressure, but what I'm trying to say is don't wait until that happens to start something. But obviously, if it does, do everything you can to reverse it. It is reversible, especially type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. All that stuff can be reversed. We've helped people that develop diabetes literally reverse it and get rid of their diabetes through just eating better and exercising. So thank you for pointing that out or clarifying that. We've had multiple people that have had heart attacks and just completely changed their life and transformed who they are, and they are forever grateful, which is great too, for doing so. And now they're in love with the process of fitness and just healthiness and overall longevity and things like that. So if you're somebody that is looking to make a change, obviously don't hesitate to reach out to us. Come in and see us if you need help and guidance. If you are somebody that hopefully we've inspired to make a change, just start with your nutrition and your daily habits. Think about things that you're doing that are a negative influence on your health and start to try to change those to something that could be a positive influence on your health. So go, start making those changes and start to improve your quality of life. I think you'll notice a huge difference and you'll be forever grateful and happy. So until next time, have a wonderful day and stay healthy, guys.